Testing, testing. Is my microphone working? Okay. This video, this stream is going to be for turn 71 of the Pit Boss 15 game for me, Krill, playing Genghis of Mongolia again. The turn 70 video that I made basically isn't going to get uploaded for various reasons, none of which I'm going to discuss now. Nothing much happened. I got lucky and the archer beat Barb Axe on defense. Beyond that, not much. Not much happened. I was the last person to play the turn, simply due to not being able to play until this afternoon. Major points to say is that Thoth hooked up his horse last turn, turn 70, which means that he can attack Rajadongas. I think, what was it? He built something on 70, moved it on 71 to here, and then 72 it's on here, and he attacks on 73. That was it. That's what he did. In response, I moved the warrior into the into Rajadonga, so I can upgrade it to a spear. That's it. That's all I needed to do to stop it. To stop any a quick chariot attack from working. Wasn't gonna. I mean, I could defend with chariots. That's just definitely gonna work. Barb Spear suicided onto this archer, which is a small pity, but nothing major. I mean, I need to find 2 XP to get that archer to 10 XP to be the the heroic epic unit, but that is not all that relevant. It's not all that relevant because I've also got a chariot that I can get there. 2 chariots technically that I could get there. Let's see what's going on. Anyone moving around? Okay. Novice moved out a warrior. Thoth. I think he's whipped that city. I think he's whipped fat. Yeah. Flub. Just check the pat. Yeah, you can see Sudoa is much higher power than Thoth. Sudoa took up Indicator City, turn 69, I think. Yeah, turn 69, and kept it. So, if we go to demographics, either Sudoa's second or third in power. I think he might actually. I think he might have gone up to second, but he was third down here. Or fourth. No, third. I'm stupid. Third. I don't have graphs on Pindicator or Lewin / Scooter down here. I think Scooters. So I'm pretty sure that means Scooters got high power, but he's used it to deal with this Barb City, and this Barb City, and any other Barb cities in this fog of war that I can't see, or defend against Sudoa. I don't think he's really used anything to defend against Sudoa because he's not got a city up here. So, yeah, not much happening in the world. I'm just going to keep on pillaging with this warrior and get 15 gold. That's nice. 20%. Yeah, take that. I'm upgrading the archer to gorilla because I'm basically going to use it as a sentry out here on these hills to, well, barb bust is the correct term. Fog busting just uncovers the fog so that you can see anything, essentially so you can see anything come at you, but no barb unit can spawn within 2 tiles of any unit in the game. Any unit in the game that is not a barb unit. So no barb can spawn on this tile, or on this tile, like all the way around. Even though it's like, even if this was a flatland tile that the archer is on, it's not. It's a hill. So as I didn't have vision onto these tiles, no barbs could spawn there just because the archer is where it is. That means that I basically, when I move this archer out and put it somewhere like, I don't know, here, there's going to be a lot of area that barbs can't spawn in, especially with an additional unit over here. I don't really need many units out to basically barb bust and stop them from annoying me so much. Yeah, you definitely do that. Yeah, roading the sheep and moving to... Well, that'll be a choice and a half. This sheep tile is going to be pastured 71, 72, 73 it'll finish, so I can use it on turn 73. I could get it done on 72 by moving one of these 3 workers to the pig style and waste a turn, and then have 3 workers pasture next turn. The point is, do I really need it? That's the main question. Do I actually need to do it? Ew, I hate this city view. I meant to change this, but I obviously haven't done. I'll change it later. It's not that important. Move the archer to the city, so it can gain fortification bonus. Luckily, promoting units does not reset the fortification bonus. It used to actually, when Civ 4 was first released. People hated that. It just forced you to promote units right when you built them, and lost flexibility. Okay, so I need to name these units. That archer was... I have fallen behind in naming these. I've got 5 archers. That was archer 4. I'm only naming these units so I actually remember. There's no real reason to do it, and it's arguably bad to do it because if other people see the units, they can figure out that... Did I do 4? Yeah. They can figure out how many units I have, or they could just think I'm lying. They think, no, there's no way someone's got that many units. Sometimes that happens. Not that often, though. This city, I can single whip the library next turn. The food box will drop from 29 needing 34 to 29 needing 33, so it'll immediately grow back when I do slave it. It'll go onto the sheep. I want to get off that farm, but I don't have much choice in the matter. There's just no other tiles. So when I've done with the sheep, I'll actually not road it. I'll road the plains tile for a single turn and then finish cottaging. I could send down one of these workers because I've got 3 and they're all spare. But I need to mine this hill, so I need 1 worker to move to this hill. I need 1 other worker to move to this hill to mine that. However, do I have... Okay, novice. Novice has not got any horses. That's good. That means no chariots. That means that if I move a unit to this hill, novice can see it, but he can't just road and then attack it with a chariot, which would be really obnoxious for him to do. Because he'd do it, because it's the right thing to do. And it's better to do it now, before he gets the roads, before he hooks up horses, so I'm actually going to run the risk. The point is, what can I defend with? I can move this archer out, and that's just so risky in case there's just 2 axes sitting on this tile, just moving up. Okay, no, 2 axes and 2 spears would be... 2 axes and a single spear would be difficult, because I've only got 3 chariots in the area to deal with that. And damage to spears from chariots is very variable. Just changes so much. I've got to do this hill anyway, so I move on that. It's not a problem. Just figuring out how to defend. Just a single warrior and a single chariot. If I take combat 1 on the chariot, I mean that'll be 50-50 basically. that'll be 50-50, and he'd need to have two chariots. City's size 1, Nilla is size 1, so I don't think he'll be getting a chariot out there, and obviously he doesn't have horses. So I'm going to run the risk. Work of 5. Or I also have small idiosyncrasy that I actually move the units that I care about the least. If I've got a choice, I use them for the risky assignments. Now moving this chariot here is actually quite an aggressive move, because it looks like I'm threatening, and in reality I am threatening. If a single warrior was to turn up around here, I can attack it. So I'm going to force Novice to move out with a spear to defend anything over here. That said, I'm not threatening the rice, because because he can see my chariot where it is. He knows that I can move it onto the rice. I can't pillage it, and he can attack with a spear without, I think, even crossing the river. He'd just win. That's not even close. He would win that battle. So he knows that I'm not threatening the rice. Silver's even worse, even further away. So this isn't. So whilst this is threatening, it's not the worst thing that I could put there. Putting an archer there would be a better option in my opinion. But I've only got one archer, and I don't want to remove the fortification bonus that you can see on that archer. So I've moved 2 workers. I've got a choice of what to do with the final one. I could go to irrigate this tile. It's got 1 turn of farm into it. I could move to chop this forest, and that's more likely to happen, but I want to save it for maths. I mean, even if it's just 10 hammers, it's like I'm not building much. I mean, I've got enough now to get maths done in... Wait, that scares me. Please tell me that that's the 3 beakers. 51, okay. I'm actually going to go to a calculator because the research time difference between maths and HBR is scary. And it is potentially due to someone else having HBR. Okay, yes, it is actually due to having just a few beakers in to horseback riding. It's only 30, so it would actually be... Wait a minute, 52 times 1 point... $1.25. Yeah, that's got to be just because of actually no. Someone could have it, and I wouldn't notice unless I was very careful with beacon manipulation and doing a lot of maths, which I'm too lazy to do. Instead, I just go to Civ Stats and see if anyone's had a score increase of 12 points at the end of a turn. That is literally all I do. Lewin. I've not met Lewin, so it can't be him. So Commodore's got no power. I don't care about him. I don't even have to check. Don't know. Pindicator, Sadoa. Score increase 205. End of turn. It didn't change. Score increased to 231. So just from looking at the score, I know it's increased by 26 points. So potentially that could harbour horseback riding. But I'll be totally honest, that's Sadoa. I don't care for Sadoa. He's too far away to do anything. It's only Novice that it's Novice and Thoth that I'm scared about. 204. Oh shit, it's turn 71, isn't it? So that's also from land points from the capital outer rings, which is a complete pain to deal with. Someone who's done a lot of dedicated C&D can figure this out, but I am not spending that much time working this out. Nor have I got the background knowledge of what's actually happened and what tiles he's picked up and when. But an increase of... how much was that for Thoth? But that was an increase for Thoth of 43 points, so that is not all land. And he's whipped once last turn. And he's whipped once this turn, because he's just played this turn a few minutes ago before I played. So Thoth actually, he could actually be slaving out horse archers. His power's not changed an awful lot. If I actually, Thoth could have that, and that's scary as hell, to be totally honest. So I want to find out if someone could have that, because just knowing if someone's got horseback riding does change a lot of your plans. I actually think someone has got horseback riding. I don't know who, but I basically don't care who's actually got it, because I have to play this as if Thoth has got it. Because he's scary as hell. Because, yes, he hasn't got much pop. He's only got a size 2, a size 2, size 3, and a size 3. So that's not scary too much. But just a few horse archers against me when I've not got spears would wreck me. I cannot defend that with any other unit I have. I can no longer build no longer build warriors to upgrade to spears, even though I've got the gold. I actually don't want to do that anyway. Who's he playing again? He's playing Persia, so he doesn't really, and it's Frederick, philosophical organised of Persia, so he doesn't care. Horse archers are fine for him. Yeah, that's actually terrifying. That is actually terrifying. Best way to deal with it. I'm going to build this axe and I'm going to build another spear. I'm going to leave that warrior in place. 2 spears behind a river. And can't do that. I need 3. I would need 3 to do that. This is actually not something I wanted to be doing at 11:30 at night, but I'm going to build this axe because actually I've got no reason to build this axe. I need to finish it at some point so I don't lose hammers into it, and it would be nice to have simply because I know I don't need spears against novice. But if I'm treating Thoth with that much respect, I need to get the spears now. I mean, and even in a city with 20% culture, behind a river, an axe is not the worst thing to have anyway. Not an aggressive axe. I mean, with a barracks, I mean, that's combat 2. That's plus 20% from that. Plus 45, plus 65. The axe is actually perfectly reasonable to defend against... yeah, perfectly reasonable to defend against the horse archer, but it'll take out 1 most likely. But the spears are what I'd really need. But if you've got horse archers, he can attack. He doesn't have to. He could decide that could decide that Commodore is nice and tasty, and he's going to go kill Commodore. Commodore with his clam boats hooked up, his horse already hooked copper and all that, but he's got not much. I mean, he's not got much. And if you look at Commodore's power, again, Commodore's down here, nice and tasty. He's got about 40% of my power. And admittedly, some fair chunk of my power is population and tech, but it's still there. I've still got a reasonable army compared to Commodore, so Commodore's tasty if you want to capture land. Which, to be fair, Thoth probably does. He probably knows that attacking me doesn't get him land, he just slows me down, slows him down. Wouldn't get too much out of it. So yeah, I think he'd take Thoth. Thoth would take out Commodore. And he's got land to sell, so I think I need to treat him with respect. I need to get a spear, but I don't need to do much more than that. Get a spear and get that axe and keep the axe between cities. Probably on the copper. Actually, no, I'm going to road this tile. Road this tile, and this is where I keep everything. Because I do that, what else do I need to do? That's the tile I keep roading. That's where I'll keep units, including this chariot. Do I run the risk? I'm always scared, but I'm going to risk it. Oh, thank fuck for that. I have seen worse cities as well. Might plant a city. I want to plant City 7. That is a city I want because it's a nice, strong production city. I don't have many great commerce cities, but this city is actually. I was going to say it's just as good as Rajadonga for a heroic epic city, but it's not really because it's the coastal tiles. But it's good enough in the short to medium term, especially with two unique 6 yield tiles that you can give yourself and a 3 food whale. But I want to plant a city for that gold. That's not that important. Okay, I'm trying to go and see Commodore, not Commodore, Pindicator. God. I keep on getting everyone mixed up because they started playing Civ at the same time on Realms Beyond. Okay. Anything else? Okay, this work is the last thing I've got to do. I want to chain it down and not waste worker turns. But, gotta be honest and say, probably is not going to happen. I'd move to chop. Because there's no road, I can't move 3 and then do that. I'd have to move 2, then do so. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. I finally get to do that. If I just run down, I can do 1 now. 2 on this, I can pre-cottage this. So go waste 1 turn, second's done, third is doing that rather than the 1, 2, 3, 4. So I gain a turn into getting this cottage done, which I need because even though I'm going to slave, got the reset next turn, I'm slaving off a hill tile, and then I'm going to regrow. Moment 1, 2. Regrow onto a sheep tile, but I'm still working a farm that I don't want to. But then again, I also want to stop growth, don't I? Fuck. I'm keeping research off until I've got this library finished, and then I'm probably going to research something. I say probably. Might save gold for a bit longer, so I can just research straight through to calendar. I am tempted. This city has so much whip and happiness. It takes 15 turns for it to wear off. Not got much else for it to really do. When these hills are improved, that sheep's done. I mean, the thing is, when that sheep is done, I'm giving it straight over to say Baron again. So I'm not even using that tile. Lake's not that great, but it's better than the cottage from the fact I work the cottage a bit, so that's going to improve quite soon. But 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are 4 tiles to work, which 10 amps a turn. Not much else to work. I mean, Plains Hill, Forest, Chop. That's going to be a pain to improve that tile because that is threatening the rice. So that's going to be a hard tile for me to actually get improved. I can cottage a few tiles, these three, and just swap them around and work those. That's not a problem. That's not a problem at all, actually. But working the hills as well. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's like I'm butting up to the happiness cap. Kind of want a double slave right now, but that's only 50 hammers. Although I could double slave, although I could double slave out a settler. That's trivial for me to do. I swap over to. I mean, I make that's 8. Oh crap! I only make. I can't steal. I've no other 3 hammer tile to steal. I can only make 9, which is just really obnoxious. But it's still better than making that. 16. I mean, I only do this for 2 turns, and then I can double whip. Because I make 80 hammers from a 2-pop slave, because of imperialistic. But that pushes the slider, the unhappiness countdown it back again. Means I can't save a library. I kinda want a library now for the culture, because Novice is making 2 culture a turn. He's got a granary as well, so he's growing quickly now. I kind of want to hamstring him a bit and make him slave a library in there, so stop him doing other stuff. But sure, not too sure. But I know I want to get a worker down here to do this. I do want to get a settler out. I do want to get a settler out for City 7, because just once these 2 hills are done, I don't really care too much. These 2 hills will get done. I can always cottage this overlapping tile here or one here. The other 3 workers cottage this tile, do some chops, and then start improving all of these hills. I can get City 7 site up and running quickly with a 6-yield tile. I just can't chop a granary, but it needs 2 workboats. That's quite a lot of hammers, especially with no chops. So I'd really need to improve this tile. And there's no granary, is there? I need to... I would have to do it the hard way. Settle that city, grow to size 2, and just improve the 2 hills, I think, and just get the granary done to half built, and then 1-pop whip the granary out. Let me grow quickly, but even then, it's getting... The city needs a lot of infrastructure put into it. It needs a lot of hammers to get the granary, to get the barracks to pop border, because it needs the barracks because it's going to build military. 2 workboats. It's difficult. It's not an easy city. So maybe get it done sooner rather than... Start it sooner rather than later, so I can get it to a productive state. Or, and this is risky now, is actually settle City 5 for the die for all this. Because the longer I leave City 5, the longer... I mean, there's a monastery in Flub. He's going to build a monastery in Flat. And he's going to start pushing. So I need to get City 5 down. I need to chop a good chunk of these forests for culture. Oh, the front forests, not the back ones. And I need the units to do that. You might have horseback riding. Means I need even more units to defend properly, so I'm going to need a spear. I need an axe anyway. He had copper hooked up for so long with good power. So I'd need to get an axe and spear out of here. So I'm basically just I'm just ignoring Commodore and using everything to deal with Thoth and with Novice. But that can all wait a bit, I think. I'm just going to... Yeah, I think I'm going to just... I'm not going to go with the settler because whilst I do need it, I do need more military. I want to finish this. I want to finish this chariot simply because it's cheap. I've done most of it. It's a... Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to finish it. It's a 3-turn build. Be 1 turn from growth. Maybe I can swing that a bit. Need 15, make... No way in hell is that happening, is it, actually? Yeah, that's not happening. Sometimes you just have to say no more military. Unfortunately, that time's not now, not when you've only got archers, chariots, and warriors against potentially horse archers. So we do have to build more, even though I'm already paying for this 4 gold per turn for military. The roads around this river's just such a pain. I'm just gonna suck it up. Actually, I don't even have to do that, do I? Spend 1 turn irrigating this tile, and I cancel it. Next turn I move to cottage this farm. I cottage and cancel, and then I cottage this tile. He does this, moves to road, cancel, then cottages this tile. They stack on. Got the reset, just ends up working a ton of these. Moves off the pig and gives the pig to Reijidonga, and the Reijidonga just grows. Stops working one of the grass hills, starts working the pig, makes it 5 food a turn without a granary, which sucks, but it does suck. But frankly, I need this. I think I need the unit, so I'm going to do that. In this case scenario, I can always just slave ARAM collusion really fucking hard again. As long as I only put in 4 hammers into a spear or an axe, I can get out 50 hammers, which is most of the... Alright, cost of one and most of the cost of another. So I think that's all done, really. Here tomorrow big, it's just building an axe just because of potential barbs. There's nothing down here, I've got nothing down here to scout at all. I just want that axe as backup. That archer though, I want to move that archer out as a sentry, but with flats where it is, I don't want to put the archer on this hill because that can be perceived as aggressive. And even a guerrilla archer on a forest hill, what is it? What is it? It's plus 20% from hill defense. The archer has an innate plus 25% hills defense, plus the 75 from being on the hills. That's 120 just from being there. Horse archers have an immunity to first strike, so screw the first strike. It's like I've got odds. I shout, yeah, I've got odds. The horse archer take combat 1, doesn't matter. It's like 50-50 and he's got a withdrawal chance. Fortification helps, but it's not a huge one. To be totally honest, that is going to be it's an aggressive move. I can keep it on this tile here, cover the gems, still see the horse and that, but it's not a forest hill, so it's still an aggressive point because it's next to a tile he wants to hook up, even if it does take a while to hook it up. It's just a planting city 5. Thoth might actually view that as quite an aggressive choice, and on my part, and with these 2 city locations here, he could be a complete pain to me. And if he does have horse archers, this is what it means, like, if he does have horse archers, yeah, he can put that city down and I'll have difficulty destroying it, because I've got to get horse archers. And whilst he doesn't have anywhere near as much pop, I've got 22% of the world, 22.5% of the world pop in a 7-player game. 1, 5, 10, 17, 22 pop. That was about 100 pop points, 101, no, 99 pop points. Can I count? Yeah, I can count, that's good. 2, 4, 11. Half the population. Which is actually pretty scary when you think about it. How did he get double his population? Probably because of the land and because of the early settler. Where can I move that for it to be useful? Thoth won't ever attack through this area. Why? Because well, it's not that he won't. The only route he can take is through this one here, where he plays after me and he puts the units on these. I log in the next turn. I've got like I do something, Thoth moves there. I do something else, and then he attacks. So I only get like one production turn to get stuff into here tomorrow big. It's not easy. Not really easy to deal with. So I do kind of need a sentry over here, even if it's just to uncover this tile. So even just one here is kind of useful. Kind of useful. It would have to be on that tile. I mean, the stupid thing is, it's a toroidal map. Thoth can just move from up here. He can again do something similar, try it with a few horse archers and Persian Immortals. He can just move around here from the onto the ivory, move around onto the forest, and then he threatens. And the only way to deal with that one is a sentry net based on archer here, archer over here somewhere, and an archer down here. 3 units would be fine. Actually, I'd put it on the jungle because it's better, and screw Commodore. But there's so much just to defend against Thoth. And if I take that archer up, build a spear after that, build that chariot, I can probably get that done. Get that city 5 done. Because the workers around here are gonna. I mean, I've got 6 workers. If 3 of them go this way, though, if 3 workers, 1 were to do other stuff around here, I can move back with worker 1, 2, and 6. Easily do what I need. Got the reset, and that's free to do this. Sell city 5, chop out barracks. So many choices. Point is, I've got to make a decision. I can't just wander on not doing anything. But I need to get the units out first to do that. I need a spear. I need a spear and an archer. So I'm going to send the archer up anyway. I'm going to play safe. I'm going to send the archer up because I'm more likely to get an attack through here because it's closer, I think, and you've got more roads in this area. So I'll send the archer up. Chariot can stay where it is to defend multiple areas. Build a spear there, build a spear here. I'm going to build this chariot. I'm going to build it for 3 turns and not grow. I'll then build into the settler for 2 turns, and then I can just double whip it out, and that's that. That's fine. It'll double whip, and then double whip food box goes down to 24. So we only actually want 24 food saved, which would mean also 1, and I also get these 2 mines done on 72, 3, 4, finish on 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it afterwards. So the most hammers I can make in this city at size 4 is actually 9. So if I maximise that overflow will just stay as it is. Add on to my base production and then be adjusted by the imperialistic bonus, which does mean I would be able to make at least 1 hammer overflow, which makes the rounded 10 that I need. But if I were to work, so I want to micromanage this, so I only have 24 food saved, so I only need to make another 9. So 1, 2, 3, that makes 6, for example. Perfect. That'll do. Make 9 food. Oh, I can't count. I need 11. I'm an idiot. I wish I wasn't an idiot sometimes. 4, 4, 3 will suffice. So I'll work this hill on. Oh, what will that do? 6, 6, 2, 11. 11 doesn't do anything. I'm going to give up the commerce. Actually, 7 turns, doesn't matter. 7, 7. No, I'll work that for 2 and that one for the third one. 7, 7, 8, 14, 22, 35, over out 5. Sort of making the 9. 14, 14's okay. 14's okay. 14 base, plus 6, plus 2, 22. So actually I'll only need a single turn worth of production. That overflow turn. I'd only need, yeah, double whip down. Which would actually make this hill a complete waste of time. Could have done something else first. Whereas this worker mining this hill isn't so much... Well, it's still a waste. I'm probably not going to slave it. I'm just going to build it the hard way. Because with this library getting done next turn, enter 72, 22 plus... Immediately regrow. That'll... this is too late in the evening for me to actually figure all this out. But I think I'll definitely get maths in at least 6. Potentially in 5. Depends on city growths, and I can't be asked to figure that out now. But if I grow this to size 5, and then build this 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, plus 1. 12, oh fuck it, 13. I hate some of the rounding. 13, how is it? Turn, plus 6, plus 1, 20, 21. It's a 5 turn settler. With maths, the forest is 30 hammers. Which means it'll actually be making an additional 18, so that's 48. So 1, 2, 3, 3 turn settler with a single forest drop, not too shabby. No slavery needed. Size 5 at the happiness cap. It's got to build a settler then, settler or worker. So yeah, I can do that. I can do that. And I'll almost certainly have to cover that city there, that forest hill with an archer if I do chop it. Yeah. Great scientist from Say Baron again. Got the reset, still makes. Just has to focus on beakers. Here Tomorrow Big just does everything that it can do. There's no good 6th tile to work, but there's no granary. I might just slave the axe. I might just spend a turn at size 4, slave the turn before growth, and then regrow. And overflow out to finish overflow out into a granary. And leave it there because it's only then going to be. It's not going to be too bad to do that. That's an option. Yeah, I think everything relevant's done. Um, oh, there's something else over here. City must work to become a hamlet. So there's a cottage, something else to pillage and then move up, I think. Yeah, this turn's been a bit weird. Did not expect to have to do to think as much as I did. I was hoping to get this done as a fairly quick turn, but turned out I couldn't do that. Anyway, I need to go to bed. Got to be up in 6 hours. So let's hope I don't end up doing the micromanagement in my dreams then. Anyway, till I was going to say till later. Probably is later. Probably play the next turn in about 14 hours.